What's up, everybody? My name is B-Max, aka Brand. This is episode 124 of the Anime Dojo. I'm alongside Chris and Deon. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hanging on it, Brad. What's good with you?
Doing good,
Doing
man. How
well.
you
Can't
doing?
doing well. Can't complain. We are officially in the fall season, as in weather-wise. We're getting close to that for holiday stuff, but as in for the anime season, we officially started the fall season. We're gonna pick our show. We're gonna do for the fall season. We're probably gonna do one because we still have to finish Lord of Mysteries. We might end up picking a second one just to have it as a backup as well. Um, We're just gonna talk about the fall season in general as well, because fall season seems kind of weird. Because it's only really, I would say, four shows that are really everybody's gonna talk about, and a couple smaller things. And then we'll after we do those two things, we'll look at two charts. One is a Reddit chart from Reddit that has shows that already started, plus some older shows as well, and then the anime corner anticipation charts for the most anticipated shows to watch. So let's start off with this. Gentlemen, as you looked at the fall season list, as we picked our six shows that we're gonna roll dice for and kind of see which ones come out on top, um, what was your big takeaway from the fall season? I'll start off with for you, Chris, just by the list of shows.
So, for me, for the list of shows, there are a lot of shows that are not on Crunchyroll for a change, man. Like some of the shows that I want to watch are actually on different platforms like High Dive and Prime and even on Netflix. So this is a kind of difficult, especially for those that don't have a central place to watch each of those. So I mean, I'm actually kind of curious to see what we all have on our list to see if we're even able to watch them.
Yeah, I noticed something because I saw a report, which was actually kind of interesting. Before I asked Dion the question, I saw a report mentioning that One Punch Man, which was actually a really interesting one. In the U.S., it's going to be on Hulu. In Canada, it's going to be on Disney Plus. I was like, that's an interesting one. Why Hulu for the US?
Because Hulu has its own standalone app in the U.S. Who and it's and they're merging everywhere else in the world before they merge in the U.S.
In the US. That's what I figured. I was like, okay, all right. So that's kind of an odd one. I was like, and then you told me about the high dive stuff. Um,
Mhm.
Dion, what do you think about this list for the fall season? Because this list seems small in comparison to the summer season, but it also kind of funny. It seems less hype, and I don't know if that's on purpose or just in general.
Man, you took the words straight out of my mouth. Like it really just seems like if it is good, it's a continuation of something. Like there's not really much to just be excited about, especially in the first half.
Yep.
Like, this beginning to kick it off with, it's like. Bro, what?
The,
Like we
the,
get Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff
yeah.
towards the end, but and Chainsaw Man, but that's more of the movie. So it's like, what are we actually getting this season?
It, it, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think we've talked about this before. I mean, you have. I think all three of us have. Isn't this the issue I've always bring up? They'll do a banger season prior, and then the next season after, the season after, and the season before will be bad. Is that just in general just the way how anime seasons run?
No, absolutely not. Because remember, last fall and winter were hype shows. Not to saying that we
Yeah,
don't know that
actually,
the
you're
shows
right.
are hype, but it's like kind of like what Dion said. If it's hype, it's they're the continuation shows.
Okay. It, it also feels too like looking at this list, and you said the first half is a sad time. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit. You do have in that first week Spy the Family, My Hero, Tales of a Wedding Ring, Ranma 2 Half, Let the Screaming Soul Retire. I mean, you do have things that have been pretty popular. One Punch Man starts on the 5th.
And we're
And then
done.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I mean you can keep trying.
You're not wrong. I mean, those are the top ones, but like there are some seasons like there are a couple of seasons twos in here. There's a couple season threes. There's a couple season sixes. Um.
Now, out
Mm,
of all of those, right? And we're just
Okay.
let's just look at the first week. Let's look at the first week, not even including September, because those are already out.
Yeah.
But let's look at October 1st through the 6th. Let's look at this first week, which is the week that we just passed, right? Give me five, just five. One, two, three, four, five. One hand. That's not a continuation or a movie that you are super excited to see.
Oh, you're putting me on a spot, and I actually don't mind it.
hmm
I, mm, so I'll give one away right off the bat. That's on my list. Let's Play is on my list.
Let's play.
I I'm
That
intrigued
comes
by the.
out when?
That was the first. That was the first of October.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I so I'll give you another one's on my list. May I ask for one last thing? That sounded interesting.
yeah. What? Man, you put that out your side of your throat.
No,
Wait,
no.
May I
what
ask
show?
for one final thing, bro?
I literally put it on my list because it sounded interesting.
Okay. I'll give you that. That's two.
I'll give you another one, and I actually put this on my list. Touring After the Apocalypse.
That's actually on my list too. So I'll give you that.
That
Wait,
outside
what?
of the
Touring
Wait.
after the apocalypse.
Sorry, after the apocalypse?
It comes out
it's
on
on
the
September
fourth.
on fourth, same day as Spy in the
Spy and
Family.
Family.
Yeah,
Is it? I feel like maybe I missed the name of that one, but is that not a continuation?
it didn't sound based on this. They're saying it's not. It's brand new, but it could be a
Yeah,
continuation.
I don't think it's a continuation.
Based on the list, it don't look like it's a brand new. It's completely brand
Wait,
new.
I'm finna go look at it because I feel like that was something I was watching this summer season.
Unless it was
Touring
under a
after the
different.
apocalypse. Now
Yeah,
there has been a lot of apocalypse name shows.
No,
and
that's
that's
probably
what
true.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
I
probably true.
gotta check myself.
Like Hotel Apocalypse. All like it's been
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
But what is that?
I,
Three or four?
that's three. So
That's
that's three.
three.
I will say this. I'll actually give credit because Digimon just put out their game.
But Digimon doesn't count.
Doesn't?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Digimon
Fair
is a
enough.
It,
continuation. It does not
the,
count.
Fair,
and there are so
fair enough.
many different continuations.
Yeah, Digimon does not count. That has been around since the 90s. It does not
Okay.
count.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so I give you four. I can't really give you five. And it's on October 6th. The last one I can give you. Plus size misadventures in love.
That's a continuation.
That is? How is that three
hmm
parts?
hmm
Oh, that is that's right, because it came out. Okay. So I'm gonna give you three. I can only give you three.
hmm
You're right. You're fair. You're fair. You made your point.
Like
It's
this,
okay.
this is gonna be a very, very weird season, bro. Like if you're not already watching some of these shows, maybe you can go back and start them to see what they are. But if you already watched these shows and you're not a fan, you really don't have too much to watch.
Nope.
So so my question is, and it's going back to something we've talked about prior, and I'm sorry to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, I have to. So why'd you overload the summer season? It now looks like you didn't have to.
Well, the continuations have to go somewhere.
Correct. That's fair.
And do you put them with the bangers that's coming out, or do you keep them going, especially the continuations that weren't so popular?
Strong.
Like
Yeah, we're so strong.
Campfire Cooking in Another World. Good show, probably didn't do the best in the books. or Dragon Raja. Eh, I don't even remember the first one, and I know I seen it twice.
Campfire cooking is actually goes hard. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
one of
saying.
my
Campfire
favorites.
cooking is amazing, but it in the books,
It didn't do
I didn't
sis.
even know about it until afterward, until somebody you put me on actually,
Sam, he put me on it. I knew of the show. I knew of the title because I've seen this. I've seen him talked about a bunch, but it's not
and I
watched.
literally look for anime that's not good to watch. Not good as
I,
in the craft is not good, but not good as in
yeah.
doing good in you know
Mm.
the
I
pose.
I feel like I feel like this is one of those things where I'm kind of torn between two things. One, yeah, throw all your eggs in one basket, cool, but also understand if you do that and something goes awry, because then you're like hoping people are gonna watch all this stuff and then you burn them out because in the season after there's nothing there. What are you doing? And I understand it if you're thinking in terms of like I understand if you don't want to put a lot in the fall because you know it's the holiday season, it's getting close to that point. There's not going to be a real reason to watch a lot of stuff just staying home. Then cool, but it also kind of also you should have something there, a little bit of something.
Well,
I don't
it's
know
really
what.
just it's really to me just the beginning half, and then they load it with movies and then hit you with some good stuff, but it's not a lot of it. Like we still get Jujutsu Kaisen, we still get One Punch Man, we still get Record of Ragnarok, we still get Blue Bureau, which is actually really, really good. Mobile Suit has another one coming out, uh or Gundam.
I, I mean,
Then
we're
we
getting.
finally get Twisted Wonderland.
Yep, we do get that. We're also getting on that note. We're getting Ragnarok. Working on Ragnarok
Yeah,
season 3, so that's
yeah.
coming
But that
out.
is to December though.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the
That
problem.
that first half is trash, but then you get hit with a few movies to hold you over, and then they hit you in the last that ending of the season.
And
Like,
then like My Hero isn't even going the full 12 episodes. Are they going like 8?
I think it's 8. I think it's 8 to finish out the year
yeah,
to finish
because
out the story.
they're doing a two part.
Is it 2 part?
They're doing the movie and the season.
Oh, that's right. Because we still haven't got the movie in America, which is kind of
Hmm.
which is kind of funny to me. We still need the movie in America to kind of tie a lot of this stuff together. What? Because it doesn't make sense. Like,
They're slow at releasing movies over here.
Hmm.
it,
And now
We
that
don't
they
get
trying to
movies
put
till
more
two
tariffs
seasons
on them,
later.
and they're trying to put more tariffs on them, so
Yeah.
yeah. But but here's the thing, and I'm gonna bring this up because we're talking about it now. So I'm gonna bring it up anyway because it's gonna be a thing. Do you notice that J2 Kaisen thing is a movie, by the way, or it's like a Jujutsu Kaisen Expedition? So it's not like a movie, it's like a special showing or something special, like before we get going
yeah,
game.
just like
Hmm.
how they did the
Yeah.
zero whatever. I forget what it's called.
Yeah. Hidden inventory zero the zero.
Yeah, yeah, hidden
Yep. So
inventory.
even the
Yeah.
good stuff is only simmering.
But
Because
my
like
thing
Chainsaw
is,
Man is a movie. Like
yep.
it's
But I'm gonna say this with all respect, and I say this with all respect to the movie industry. I do. Y'all have to kind of chill. Y'all can't be so annoyed. Okay, hold on. Let me finish. I think it's funny. Y'all can't be so annoyed that an anime did better than most of the top movies in America. And to be honest, it's not like it was gonna not do well. And the funny thing about it is, I think the thing that people boggle their mind with, and we talked about on the podcast when we did the review of the movie, is the fact that it only spent $20 million, but made over $600 million.
So that means the next movie should have be a little bit better quality then, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Should be.
And like I feel like if anything, there's been talk about animes on mainstream. There's a lot of things about that. It, it's not the fact you don't make good movies. It's the fact that you don't tell good stories.
Mhm, mhm. Go ahead then,
It,
Brandon.
like it it boggled my mind because I think it's also the thing about this season that's kind of interesting. Cooking Another World. Chris showed me the first couple episodes from season one. It's amazing. It's better than the one I watched when we talked about the guy who shops online. I forget the full title of the show, but the story's there. The story makes sense.
Which
And I
one?
think you're cooking it. It's old. I forget what the one that me and Chris watched. Old man shops online.
I mean, I know which
Oh,
one is the online. The only difference with that one is that they both came out in the same season. No matter of fact, but the
Same
thing
season.
that but the other one was a little bit more adult oriented though. This
Yes,
one was
yes,
more family focused.
correct. I, and the thing is, I also feel like this season, something that this season is also doing. I feel bad for like let this grieving soul retire. I also feel bad for Spy and Family. I think Spy and Family is gonna fall under the radar after it's one of the better shows. I enjoy Spy and Family. I have the first two books, by the way.
yeah,
Like
but
I
they
don't
got a kind of cult following. Like, if you like it, you love it. Like,
fair,
they're gonna be
fair.
okay. But go ahead, my bad. I kind of cut you
No,
off.
no,
That
no,
was
no,
very
no, no.
rude
You're
of
good.
me.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. It's just like the other thing too. To me, they said people said the first couple episodes of My Hero were good, and it's funny. Everybody don't like a lot of people don't like the animation in My Hero because it's not that strong. But I'm like, y'all dealt with My Hero this long. The animation is not gonna be perfect. Nothing. And I'm gonna say this: nothing can match the animation style of Infotable and Mappa. There's nothing on the like that's impossible.
Nobody has the
But
budget to do
correct.
it.
So ultimately, I don't get the thing of like, yeah, this doesn't the story's kind of and yeah, superhero genre's kind of gotten overused. I get that, but at least the story for My Hero is interesting enough to where you're like, okay, I can follow this, and some of the animation can be kind of janky. All that to say, I will say this right now. This will probably be the one of the few times where I'll say these charts will go nuts because I don't think your top shows are going to actually do as well as I think they will. I think they'll do the middle of the road. All your dramas and isekais will do the top. It'll be on the top of your charts.
Mm.
Interesting, interesting take.
Are you going on record with that prediction?
Absolutely. Because ultimately, I think the thing is, what you're banking on people caring about My Hero. You're banking on people caring about Spy and Family. You're also banking on people caring about One Punch Man when that comes out fully. Outside of those three, there's nothing else there that's really going to give you that same kind of dopamine high or kick that you could have.
I
But
mean,
I could
we
be
got
wrong.
some sleepers,
I could absolutely be wrong.
or we could have some sleepers. Let me say that because as of right now, we ain't got diddly
Oh
squat.
yeah, no, no, absolutely not, absolutely not.
This is the easiest list for me to make.
This wasn't the easiest list for me to make. This was the most difficult because I didn't want to do everything I liked. I was trying to change up my style,
Yeah.
what I normally pick.
Oh, like the top, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I will ask this before we go start rolling into our stuff. I feel like and this I brought this conversation up before. I feel like we need to get rid of the seasonal model for anime completely
Yeah, let us
because
binge
I think
everything.
not going that
Sorry,
far.
continue.
Okay, not going that far, but I get
I
where
tried to
you're going,
sneak
Rob.
it in.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I,
that failed miserably.
I tried to sneak it on in
you
there.
tried, you did try to sing that in there, but no, I'm saying do like a video game franchise? Do like a a cartoon series. Just make it when you can and put it out. I'm not saying you should be like you should be stuck upheld to every season. I get I get the rules. I do understand Japan has rules on how they put stuff, how they have to buy TV slots and all that kind of stuff. That's ultimately going to be a thing across the board. I get all that. But ultimately, this is also like Chris mentioned. This is also a season where everything's everywhere. Nobody's buying 3 or 4 streaming services to watch everything.
Everything's everywhere all at once.
Like that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad when you want to watch One Punch Man. You want to see what's on Crunchyroll, but you also want to keep up with stuff like, let's say, anything on High Dive. Like that. That doesn't like Prime doesn't make sense. Like that feels like that's too much to keep up with.
Yeah,
But
almost
we'll
feels
see. I
unfair
to say the least.
that people can corner the market and think that they have the best product and charge people an arm and a leg for it,
I
for
know
them
where
to
you're
not
going
even
with that.
have everything.
I
Mm,
know where you're going. I know where you're going with that.
huzzah!
Um, um, but I'm actually happy that we're not getting everything on Crunchyroll because that forces them to have some decent shows. So
But it also
ultimately,
forces you to pay more when we want to watch these shows too.
Mhm.
yeah, that's that yeah, that's it's bad. It's bad, and I don't think it's gonna get better. But I think this will be a season up and down. This season will be up and down with stuff, but also I think you'll have those 1 or 2 shows that will keep people engaged. So let's do this. I'm gonna have Chris go first. Read out your list, then roll a, a d6, and then we'll go. Give us that number, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So for my 6, I have chosen One Punch Man, My Status as an Assassin, Hero Without a Class, Tales of Wedding Rings, Sanda, and The Banished Court Musician.
Oh shit! I mean, shoot. I mean, dang it.
No, you're good. You're fine. You're fine. I knew where you. Yep, I knew what you're thinking.
Sorry, I need to change my list up.
Wait, they are the exact same thing?
I probably got one different.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. All right. All right. Roll that d6, Chris.
All right, rolling, rolling, rolling.
Oh,
I got number 3, Hero
What's that?
Without a Class.
All right. Hero without a class is on. Okay, that's the first one. Do you want me to go next, Deon, since you got to change your list?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. Fair enough.
yeah.
All
Like,
right. So
bro.
no, you're good. You're good.
But now, because saying Brandon's list might make you change it again.
You know what? If I had to say things that Brandon had, bro, it's just fake at that point.
It's just fate at this point. At this point, it is.
Because I'm already having a hard enough time changing it from just you. And it's only six
Well,
picks.
yeah. Yeah.
Again,
Um,
that lets you know how we feel about this season right now.
yeah.
Not called it easy. What dice we rolling again? Just a six, right?
Just a 6.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, y'all want me to go? Or do you,
Yeah. Go ahead.
or was
Go
Brandon
ahead.
going?
No, go ahead.
All right. So let me read you my original list, right?
Okay.
Oh snap!
I want to hear
Hero
this.
Without a Class,
Oh,
My Hero Academia,
okay.
That's
The
the one
Banished
different.
Court Musician,
Uh huh.
Okay.
One Punch Man, Tales of Wedding Rings.
If you say
Oh,
Santa, I want to reach to the phone and smack you.
nah, it was Let This Grievous Soul Retire.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair. That's
So you
fair.
had two different. Okay.
But come on, bro. So I just replaced Hero without a class since the rest of them didn't get chose, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my hero, the banished court musician, aims to become the strongest. One Punch Man, Tales of Bloody Ring, Let This Grieving Soul Retire, and Touring After the Apocalypse.
Okay.
Glad I had B's and C's picked out. Um,
Go.
11. Okay. Sorry. All right. One more roll to 6. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
No. Roll away.
The banished court musician aims to
Uh-huh.
become the strongest.
All right.
Mm.
This is gonna be interesting.
Wait, no. Sorry. That is no longer number 3 on my list. That is now number 2 on my list.
What was number 3?
One Punch Man.
Okay, that's what I figured. That's all right. That's
Okay.
However, we don't have to keep One Punch Man if y'all aren't caught up on One Punch Man. We can do the banished musician or banished
I'm
court
the only one that's
musician.
not cut up because I don't. That's one I don't really keep up with myself. But
Because there's a lot to keep to catch up on.
we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out, and then we can switch it around.
Okay.
So I'll roll. All right. So I got My Hero, Spy in the Family, Let This Grieving Soul Retire. That's my 3 I actually don't care about. Let's Play. Uh, May I ask for one more thing? And touring after the apocalypse.
Okay. So we did have one in common.
We did. Grieving Souls.
And Touring After the Apocalypse.
Yeah, touring after the apocalypse.
Come on, Grieving Souls.
2. My Hero.
My hero.
I would be playing catch up on that one, but I can catch up pretty quick.
That's not a hard catch up. That's actually probably easy catch up to do.
Well,
Yeah.
how far behind are you?
Just the last few episodes of the last season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not a hard catch up.
So,
All right,
my heroes.
I
A lot of heroes in this.
okay. Here's what I'll do for the last one because we need 4. Then we'll roll a D4. I'll let one of y'all roll D4. Deon, give me a number from 1. Okay, I'll do it this way. Give me a number from 1 to 6, excluding 2.
1 to 6, excluding 2.
Correct.
All right, let me just roll this d6 again.
That's fair.
5.
All right. I'll put. May I ask for one more thing?
All right.
And Chris, roll the D4 for us.
Uh, 3.
My Hero.
Ooh.
That will be the one we watch.
Look like
Well,
you
I
got
didn't.
some catching up to do, my boy.
I'll be caught up by tomorrow.
I'm about to say he'll be caught by tomorrow. I will say this. Comparatively, I'm the only one that had the big 3 in there, which was Let's Scream Soul, My Hero, and Spy Family. The only one I didn't really want to do, it's not because I don't like it. I would have not wanted to do Spy Family a little bit because that's the one I'm actually gonna enjoy more. I don't want
Mm.
to ruin that story. But also, we watched the first episode of Such a Screaming So Retire, me and Chris did, and it's a recap episode anyway, so it didn't really change. That one would have not been interesting. The first episode, the
Wait,
recap
are
episode.
we only picking one?
Yes, just because I think if we pick more than one, we're gonna fall back, and I don't think we're gonna be able to keep up with just two if they kind of get too long. Or we have a lot to talk about.
Oh, you
But I
think
know
we
with
gonna
this,
do what we did with this trash season,
yeah,
huh?
that's the other reason I'm worried about that. That's why I was like, nope. If we pick two, we're gonna drop one fast. If we don't like it, I didn't want to mess with that. And ultimately, we can always do the back half of the year. The back half of the year has some stronger stuff too. The back half of the season has some strong stuff too. So it's like,
Well, we're gonna have to pick another one soon because my hero only have half a season.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll pick another one. And what we'll probably end up doing, actually, okay, I'll do this. Out of the ones on y'all list, because y'all have more interesting ones than me. Okay, I'll do this. Out of touring the apocalypse, banish the courts, and what was the other one? Tales of Wedding Ring that y'all had to say.
Mm.
Oh,
Which
we
one of
had
those would you?
Tales of Wedding Ring,
Hero
the
without a
Banished Court
class.
Musician, Hero Without a Class,
Okay, and then I had touring the apocalypse. Out
and
of
Let This
those,
Grieving Soul Retire.
out of those four, including Grieving Soul, which one do you think the most interesting that we could actually add?
All of them. They wouldn't have been on our list.
That's fair. If
Okay, well, let's narrow it down. Do we want to do something new, or do we want to pick something that's already continuing?
Well, we've kind of got this pattern of having one thing new, one thing that's
continuing,
big or continuing. Let's try
and
to keep up with that.
my hero is the
Yeah,
continuing in this case.
Yeah. So let's do something new. So what was that? Hero Without a Class, the Banished Court Musician,
my status as
or
an assassin or Sanda.
or or Torn
Or yeah,
After the
which one?
Apocalypse.
How many is that? Six? Is that six total?
No, that's fourth.
Four. Okay, Deon, roll a d4 for me.
So we're gonna put them in order. Hold on. Let's put them in
Yeah, put
order.
them in order.
So Hero
Roll.
Without a Class, my Banished Court Musician, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh what was the one you said, Chris? I don't have that on my list. Sandot,
Yeah, Sanda.
And then touring the apocalypse.
and then Torn the Apocalypse.
Hmm.
Are we missing one?
No, you said four.
Say your list again.
Hero Without a Class, the
Uh-huh.
Banished Court Musician,
Uh-huh.
Sandot, and Touring After the Apocalypse.
The
Yep.
one that you're missing is my status as an assassin.
My
That's
status as
five.
an assassin.
Oh yeah, we can still do. Yeah, that could be it.
And then let's add Let This Grieving Soul Retire to make it six.
Make it six. Okay, fair enough.
And then I'll just roll a d6.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make it a pretty one. Sorry for those who are listening and not seeing me. I am a dice goblin. So I have a lot in front of me right
Let's say, this man,
now.
you seen this man's dice collection? He has a lot of dice. This man's dice collection
Yeah,
is kind of
I
amazing.
just picked out
Kind
of
of
like
amazing.
20 d6 right now. So
I don't think
here we
anybody's
go.
seen his entire dice collection. That's out.
Now, my
He
precious.
hasn't seen his own. No.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4. My status as an assassin.
Ooh, and that was
Okay.
actually supposed to. There's a lot of people saying that is actually pretty gold. This.
Okay. So my hero and my assassin will be our two.
My.
And see, I forgot that we kept that trend because I thought about that. Like, that's how we ended up picking a lot. We did one curring, and then one new. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fine.
For the first few seasons, it just kind of happened that way.
It just kind of happened that way. So actually, that helps out. I I'm not worried about anything falling off but I know the way we fell off of the one we were watching because Lord of Mysteries was so good, it ended up just being not worth it to continue it. I just don't want the same thing here. Like I don't. I'm not worried about my hero. It, it's gonna depend on the other
Okay.
one.
Well, we kind of ran out of time a lot of the time too, because I talked too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, we did. But those are shorter shows, and the only thing Lord of Mysteries is just long. Lord of Mysteries is
Not to
so long.
mention, we started to get bored of the anime anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I still haven't
Um,
even gone back and watched it.
I think none of us have. None of us have. Um, so when did those both? I know My Hero's already out. Is the other one already out too?
I don't know. Let me look.
I don't think my. I
my,
think it was
my
supposed to
status
be.
as an assassin, yes. The
Yeah.
first episode came out this week.
Okay,
Now
so
where is it?
Crunchyroll.
they're
Oh,
both on
okay.
Crunchyroll. I figured they would be because the
Oh,
way
that was an easy pick.
that was easy pick. I'm good with anything except I would have to just get high dive for anything, but that would have been easy. That would have been ultimately easy. Um, so we'll start those both next week. That means we'll probably not get to finish Lord of Mysteries, which is fine. We can come back to it. That's one we can always come back to because it's good. We talk about later. Um, because we at least get through episode 10 today, and then we'll have 11, 12, 13 left. I will say this. I hope this season's strong. I do. But I'm also kind of like, I'm worried that it's just going to not keep people's attention. That's the one thing I'm worried about. And I think that's just kind of the nature of the beast with anime.
You know what though? But we have seen that these animes have caused people to have short attention spans, or they grasp a certain crowd. So once these shows start coming out, like because I mean, Brandon, I think I've told you, Tales of Wedding Rings, bro. Like that is borderline hentai. So
Yeah, you just told me that. You did tell me
yeah,
that. I was like, when you told me that, I'm thinking that's a Crunchyroll thing too. All things
Is
considered.
it though?
I said borderline.
He did say borderline. I mean, look at the last part of
I
My Name is
mean,
Darling.
it's not as bad as gushing over magical girls, but
It's good.
it
Yeah.
it it definitely causes you to be like, it definitely causes you to say
What
this
do you?
is not the most kid friendly show.
Mm-hmm.
Although, but it is a good show because they bring up real good topics.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do actual thrill world things.
There's some decent combat scenes too.
Let me go through this anticipated list, and then we'll go through the red chart before we watch at least one episode of Lord of Mysteries. Um, so number one Punch Man. Two is Spy in the Family. Three is My Hero. Four is Rama Two Half. To Your Eternal. To Your Eternal season 3 is at 5. Cinderella Grey is at 6. May I ask for one final thing? Is at 7, which is actually what I expected. Dust Beyond the End of the World is at 8. My Awkward Senpai is at 9. And The Monster Who Wants to Eat Me is at 10. I'll give them credit here for Anime Corner just because they get the top 3 right. I don't think that's going to, but I think that's changing fast. Like, I don't think that's staying the way it is or the charts itself. But ultimately, yeah, I'm gonna assume you're all both gonna agree like the anticipation charts are not about where you thought they would be.
No, not on either chart. Not on either chart. But
Oh,
however, I it's the fact that a lot of shows have ended, and then there are a lot of shows that are like just beginning. So we're in that awkward phase between new and old shows.
correct. Go through the Reddit chart, Chris, and let's see what that's looking like.
All right. So at number one, we have the Secrets of the Silent Witch. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. At number one, we have the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, the final episode, episode 13. Then number two, we have Secrets of the Silent Witch, episode 12. Three, This Monster Wants to Eat Me. Four, Got You Kita. 5, Rascal does not dream of Santa Claus. 6, the summer Hikaru died. 7, Kaiju number 8. 8 is City the animation. 9, Rudy Rocks. And 10, Dust Beyond the End of the World. So a few new
Yeah,
ones,
those
but it's mainly a lot of the older ones.
older ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see what they how that all pans out. Because now is the Secret of the Silent Witch continuing? By the way, or is there one more episode after that?
I think it is one more episode.
One more episode to 13.
Hmm.
I actually do like the mix that we're getting a little mix of old and new. I will be interested to see what people gravitate towards to on Reddit because Reddit's gonna have a little more understanding, like if they're gonna keep wait till stuff can be bingeable, or are they gonna just watch things that they're not really interested into and then just kind of give the rating on that. The anime corner one, I'm kind of worried. I'm like, I think they're gonna do more of the latter. Think five things they like, which is good and bad. Good because hey, the things they like. Bad because it's just not gonna be as correct. But I I think with this season, I think it's going to be a thing. What is the zeitgeist? What is that thing people are going to really be talking about? Um, come into like the halfway point. Um, and before we get to episode 10 of Lord of Mysteries, I'm gonna ask Deon. I'm gonna ask Deon this question because y'all both have been around a lot longer than me, but I'm still pretty good in that space myself.
Uh-huh.
Do you think there is that one show that everybody's gonna just go need to watch, no matter if you like it or not?
In this new season?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Ooh,
not at
okay,
all. Not even
okay,
close.
okay,
Now, do we get one? Maybe. Depends on how good these sleepers actually come out to be, or the ones that are kind of moderately hyped, like,
okay.
My Status as an Assassin or the Banished Magician.
Mm,
They got a little behind them, but from what I've seen over the past few seasons, is no matter how good something is, somebody's gonna have a problem with it.
okay, okay.
And I see no solo leveling in
The
this group.
the only reason bring that up is because I think the bigger thing for me, and Chris could attest to this. I remember when me and Chris watched 2BRX 20 to 24. Yeah, it felt like everybody was on that hype train to see what was going to happen and see who was actually X and what he was about. And I remember that whole latter half of the season, from 20 to 24, it's like 19 to 24, basically, was one of the most like hype endings that people kind of across the board agreed with on anime corner, and even on the online space. I think a lot of people liked. A lot of people talked about it. A lot of people were doing things about it.
Mhm.
I don't. I think that's because that season really had a good cliffhanger, a good reason to keep watching that back half of the season. The middle part of the season two was not strong, and the season one was pretty strong, but not as strong like as they continued on. But
And how did that work out for you? Did you enjoy it?
I think yes, I did. I couldn't speak for Chris.
Wait, for which show?
Two bigger X.
I enjoyed the show. Like it did get interesting toward the end. It's one of those shows that you can watch from like episode 24 to episode 1, and probably get a good feel for it.
So let me
So
ask you this. Do we have any to be hero X? Because to me, that's probably one of the lower shows of the good shows of last season.
Yes. I
I
yeah.
think
I
that the surprise show might actually be uh, the uh, the assassins. The Assassin's Class.
Okay. I actually think it's going to be Tour of the Apocalypse. For some weird reason, I think that title's going to draw people in. I
Yeah,
think that's. I think Tour of the Apocalypse, or I think it's going to be your. What was the other one? What was the other one I'm thinking of? Because there was other. I also think the monster who wants to eat me maybe could be also one of those. That's my people get up draw people in. Everybody gets kind of drawn in with. But those are like probably the two that I could see just off the top of my head.
Now, see, that one started out really weird.
But that's the thing. People like weird. That's the thing. I think people like those kind of weird, out there kind of things, and then it just kind of changes over time.
Maybe so, but it was creepy to me.
like Weirder Than
Okay.
Dandy Dan, or
Like the story starts off almost like it's really sad.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. That's
that
kind of
sounds
odd.
fun actually.
Wow. Him saying something that's fun. That's kind of
I
scary.
like gut wrenching stories or horror stories in anime because we don't see a lot of them.
We don't see a lot of them.
Things usually super happy or gonna have a good ending, and
Yeah.
it ain't gotta be, you know, what's the other one? The Sukamaki. What was the one? Uzumaki.
Oh, Uzumaki, which is really
Yeah,
dark
ain't
and
gotta be
creepy.
nothing like that. Super dark and creepy, but a little twisted is good.
A
Yeah.
little, yeah, but not
I don't
depressing.
not. I think it's a balance. You can't be like you said depressing, but you can have a little dark. You can have a little dark and creepy. A little dark and creepy. Let's get into episode 10 of Lord Mysteries. I will say this: we come off a very heart wrenching episode from episode 9. I I still can't wrap my head around it. That's one of those episodes that's like this show didn't have a direction, and then when you hit me with that episode, that show just the direction of the show just went, yep, there's a direction. It just kind of hit you in the face a little bit. Um, I, I'm looking forward to episode 10. It is called Clue. I don't know where it leads us, but it leads us in probably a different way than I expected, than I expect. So I'm along for the ride for this. But I also feel like I'd be interested to see if they do a season 2 where this will go. Because I don't feel right now there's no real good feeling there's a season 2 coming on the horizon.
Season 2 for what?
Lord of Mysteries.
I think the only reason I think it is, and you won't hear too much about it, because it's a Chinese company.
Okay, that's what I
Because
figured.
we didn't really hear too much about it before it came out either.
That's true. That is also true. Um,
Even while it's out, we barely hear anything now.
correct.
Hmm.
But in a second, I will say 3, 2, 1, and then we're going. Gentlemen, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Episode 10, Clue.
Here's when things start getting real.
I figured it does.
You
And see,
finished
this
this,
is
right,
kind of
bro?
like the weird, huh?
Have you finished this yet?
Almost there. I'm almost done. I got like one episode left. I will say this though. I feel like this is like watching these 30-minute episodes. Kind of like the downside of like I don't want to see anime go 30 minutes.
Is this loud? Sorry.
I did have to turn mine way up because I thought it was low.
Say what?
The audio of the show seems quieter.
Ah, it actually seemed pretty loud for me. Unless they updated something.
Sorry. It may just be my ears. I'm used to it playing on my soundbar. It's coming straight from my laptop right now. So it seems very low.
Also, I was in my headphones. It was loud. It was loud when it was in my headphones. I turned it down. All right, so Clyde's still thinking about the old man.
Yep. But if you really think about it, over the course of the show, they lost like 2 or 3 people. Key
Yeah, they
key
did.
figures.
But it's funny. Clyde was. I think the old man was the only one that everybody actually cared about so
Well,
much.
and not,
The one.
and he was the longest member. He had been there the longest.
Mm, why would you go back in there? I wouldn't go in there.
Yeah, you would.
Why would you? I would, but I wouldn't want to drop off the old memory like that flashback show. Like he says, "Morning, Clive." Love the fact we're getting all these moments that we didn't actually see in the anime, but like them hanging out and doing things together. His former pet professor,
Yeah, the dude with the disc. When
Jeff
he went
Kurtz.
to the yeah.
So he's leaving and heading to figure out what's going on with him, like on like a journey. Wait, sweet iced tea in a jar?
That was the only way they could make it. Ice was hard
Oh,
to come
that's right.
by.
That's right. That's right. Back then. Well, something appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that skeleton dead thing.
Yeah, whenever he wanted to summon or get a message to him.
Yeah. I think as big as a house. Not discreet.
That's why it's discreet. It knows when to disappear.
Oh, the girl from earlier, from last episode. A lot of this is giving me like,
Harry Potter. This will give me Harry Potter
yeah,
vibes.
Harry Potter vibes, but even more so, like Last Airbender vibes, where they talk about the spirit world.
I can see it.
By the way, how'd you get to his window? Were you floating? Were you standing on something? Like what? Like that was confused. That was so weird.
It was definitely floating.
Yeah,
They didn't show
I thought
they
he
didn't
just gave
show
him a
us. So it was
nightmare.
like it was like how what the are we in a jail? Chris, what are we watching right
A person that's chained up having a civil conversation.
now? Civil conversation with like two different oh
It started civil. Definitely didn't end that way. Like how the subtitles say broken language.
yes I do. I love that. That kind of keeps you understanding like this is not normal.
Hmm.
What's those spiders and cobwebs? Oh. So this man went mad. Oh no. Hey, not expected to say that. Well, she seems mad.
Bro, she's beyond pissed.
She's gonna have the. They don't have facts.
You said they don't have facts.
They don't. She don't have the fact that she actually did it.
Nope.
All right. So that's the end of the episode.
Hmm.
I, I will say, I think this episode is kind of interesting because it doesn't feel like it's continuing a story, but it feels like it's continuing a story. Where last episode kind of left off, now we're in a new mystery. Who killed the mayor? Why is Madame Sharon involved? What is she all about? All these things. The two men we saw in the pictures are men we've seen in prior episodes. Um, uh, Chris, what was your big takeaway from this episode?
Bro, like they are trying to tie this up, and because see this is one of those stories that you think would is one off, but when they tied it in the next episode, it's gonna be like, bruh, this is a whole conspiracy theory. That is no longer a theory.
Yeah, Deon, what do you think about this episode? Do you kind of agree with Chris on that? Like, they're tying up things to make sense of everything.
In a matter of speaking, yeah, like this show will lead you down a rabbit hole and then make you forget that you're in the rabbit hole and then do something that's twisted and you're like, oh yeah, I fell in a rabbit hole. Like it will make you, I don't know, like drift almost. Like when we first started, we picked up where we left off. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is exactly where we're supposed to be. And then somehow, some way, we ended up solving a whole different murder.
That's
Like,
the that's the weird part. Like, we're starting a new murder case basically, and I know where the ties are coming in at. The ties are there. We can see them slightly, but it feels like unless episode 11, 12, 13 is going to really tie this all together, I don't know how you tie this back together and make it make sense. But you're going to, which is easy.
Yep.
As a plan.
well, you have to remember all the other episodes. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting part about the show. This show reminds me of a lot of other shows we watch where they do little breadcrumb stuff and they have to remember what's going on prior. The problem is this show is so deep that it makes you have to think, and it's weird to me. I'm gonna beyond the fact that it's never been on any of the charts for the summer. It hasn't really got any. It's still got recognition throughout people on X and YouTube and stuff like that. But it's weird to me like this show doesn't really get people's attention because it's just that deep. And I think that it's hard to understand at times. Um, I will say, going from what we saw with O'Neill to this, and kind of starting off with like Clive trying to figure out how he grieves for O'Neill, really kicks you in the gear because like, oh, he's grieving for O'Neill, but the captain's like, don't grieve, but also you need to figure out what's going on, or you could lose your way too. So it's
Yeah, I
just like
feel
the
like
captain
that
keeps.
captain conversation kind of jump started the next story. Like it kind of stopped us from the last one and transitioned us into the rest of the episode.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what I thought too. The captain, and him talking really kind of just pushed us to the next storyline. Um,
Like he wasn't only talking to Klein at that moment; he was talking to us too.
yeah, he's talking
Right.
to the audience. He's coming to give the audience like, oh, we're about to change gears.
Like we're about to
Here's
add
changing
some
gears.
more clues
Yeah,
to this mystery.
I I
Like
feel like
the
learning about
story.
like
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I was just about to say something smart. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like we're learning about the other like sequences. So like we're learning about a sequence that's talking about psychology. Finally, another pathway in general. So we're getting that kind of a little bit of story. I do think it's funny though because this is the only time where I think this show really has talked about another sequence in depth like that outside the clown sequence. But the clown sequence is part of what we talked about prior, so it's not like it's still within Clive's sequence. Um, I I do kind of feel like they are trying to say that Madame Sharon basically screwed our boy to death. Like, I I I don't get the implication, but if that's the implication, that's kind of funny because that doesn't really make any sense. Uh, But hey, I give him credit for that.
But
Uh,
well, you're about to watch the last episode. I don't want to ruin it for you, so let me not.
yeah, no. I it's interesting where the plot line's trying to take us with that, and there's kind of like the other lady was so mad to the point where she's like, "Why are you arresting her? Why are you taking her to jail? She did this." And the guy's like, "No, she was at the man's side. She went to go see him personally." Mm. What? Okay, so I'll start off with Dion for this. Dion, what would you give episode 10 of Lord of Mysteries for a rating? Or Chris, whoever want to go.
Okay, so
Sorry, my bad.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, I'll give it a 6.
Why?
Um, I do like the episode, but I feel like they kind of rushed us out of a deep moment and then into a deep moment at the same time, and it almost felt like you're
exhausting.
losing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like doing too
Like
much in too little time. Like if we had an extra episode, I would have wanted to put it here.
between those,
Hmm.
like
Okay.
we needed a lighthearted moment to kind of get over
Yeah, we
old
needed
Neil.
a moment to
Oh,
grieve,
okay.
bro. Like you tried
Okay.
to shake us out of that. We needed a moment to grieve and kind of we already got popped into him,
But
losing control
Dion,
so fast.
I think that was a part of what they were trying to say in the beginning. Like, yeah, we know y'all trying to grieve this character, but this is why we have to keep going.
Right, which
Mm.
is why I think that captain conversation was not just talking to Klein, he was talking to us, but it's still like,
Right.
bro, so
um,
I, I still want to unravel the first mystery before you give me 10 more.
10 more. Yeah. Chris, based on the conversation y'all just had, and I kind of agree with everything y'all said, what would you give this for rating, Chris, episode 10?
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay. Okay.
Like the show, legitimate was good, and it like it. To me, it did kind of bring us out of a sad moment, but at the same time, it was like the flow was. It had no release of tension. You know what I mean? Like no, the way Neil passed away in the show, and then the way they tried to introduce the new mystery, and while everybody's trying to like, it's exactly like Dion saying, they're trying to keep it moving, but it's like you couldn't have found any better way. Like honestly, it almost makes me want to go and read the original light novel or whatever it is, just to see if that's actually what happened. Like, was there
Yeah, if they
truly no
lingered
gap
a
in it?
little longer or not. Yeah.
I, I think I would think in the original light novel, I agree with you, I haven't read it either. I think that is probably close to what it actually is. Maybe with like one or two lines to give us a little more context, but that's probably big on the money. The one other thing I will say with this episode, and I do agree with both of y'all, the captain's talk is supposed to help you do that, but also when he gives him the jar of sweet tea with ice, that's a way of saying, hey, I know you like this. Take it as a way to help you, but also
But
really.
there's something that you should remember about that, Brandon. If you remember in the earlier episodes, they said if he ever remembers something, something is wrong.
Yes. 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 Which is also kind of a problem because now we could have an issue where our captain's in trouble. The captain's in trouble or something goes on. Yeah. So I don't know. This episode feels kind of weird. Overall, the captain's speak kind of broke us out of it. I have to agree with both of y'all. I'm gonna go like a 7. I don't think it was bad. I think it was decent. I will say I think it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, we can kind of see where this is probably headed, but we will get there eventually. What I'll make a deal. We'll talk about this now. We're gonna start our fall stuff. Once My Hero ends, we will come back to 11, 12, and 13 because we do want to come back and finish it. It's one of the few things we would actually pretty much finish from the previous season. I think it's one to finish and just see where the story goes. I will say I think the English dub for this is really good. But also, I think the other thing about this is the way they do the characters and the environments are really well done. So it's not a show that I think is lost on what it's trying to do. It's just like they give us a small episode where they just get the grief for the episode, and then kind of starts. It's at the end of the episode starts our new plot, and that would
I
have been
mean,
better.
like, not
But
even grieve. Just let me know what really happened to him. Like, did he lose control because he killed homeboy? Had he lost
yeah,
control a long time before? Like, give us a
I,
little bit more,
but I think that's the thing. They don't want to tell us that because he was such a good person. That's the problem. I think they're trying to like saying O'Neill was good. We don't want to mess that up by telling you what actually went on. The captain know. Very few people know. But I think that's not going to be something he was going to tell Clive because Clive would have not been able to handle it overall.
Overall.
Um, but next week we'll start My Hero and then My Assassin. Um, getting into the fall season, seeing how that goes. This episode will go up on Spotify after it processes, and it'll be up on YouTube on Thursday. Stay on this ride with us. This summer season's been good. We'll finish it out with Lord Messi's, but My Hero ends. This fall season's gonna be interesting because I think now we're getting to the place where nothing's really hyped. Nothing's really been hyped up. It's just kind of like see where it all pans out. But I do think if you're watching, hope you enjoy. I do thank Chris and Deon for joining me, and I hope you see you next time. See you.
Deuces.
Peace.